The idea of building here in Pretoria was so a family with 4 children could live next door to their parents. It became a 3-year adventure, incorporating their love of design into the build, guided by 2 of the best minds in the business.
Building a home from scratch can be a daunting challenge, but when you have these 2 beautiful ladies on your side, then anything is achievable. Let's see what these ladies were able to turn into a reality.
The house makes an entrance like a screen goddess, washed in light and wrapped in custom brass detailing. The scale and ambition of this central space is dramatic.
What a feat, an absolutely magnificent entrance. What were you trying to create with this beautiful space?
We wanted to celebrate the double volume nature of the house, and we did that by custom designing a beautiful brass screen which wrapped up against the staircase and ran along the bridge which connects the upstairs areas.
I think one of the other interesting features of the home is as you walk in, you're met with this incredible Italian mosaic that we had imported, and it actually extends from the entrance right into the guest bathroom. So that experience of sort of welcoming is you're met with immediately.
Ladies, if the entrance is anything to go by, I know that this home is going to be absolutely exquisite. This dining area, for example, is so beautiful. You've got the different textures, the color palette is so warm, and then the fabric is nothing short of superb.
Thank you. It was very important for us to create a warm and open, but yet intimate space. A lot of thought went into the details as well.
We layered a lot, so from the wallpaper to the custom walnut table which we made them that's large enough to home the whole family, to these beautiful feature lights. It was about making a statement but keeping the space comfortable. The red unit and the mirror were another important element in the space. The mirror was brought in to bounce light into the space and give the illusion of additional space.
The clients started afresh with most of the items in their new home. They chose wooden floors and in the formal lounge, a color palette of charcoals, blues and golds.
It was very important for us to assess every detail that we could. So a very important thing for us to bring in was local can be of international standard. So these are our SG chairs, which actually recently were exhibited at a London auction house. And the detail that goes into them, where you can see the brass intersecting the walnut leg, is part of that detailing. So I think what is amazing about the sofas is how deep they are. So you'll see that that's also why we've got those beautiful comforting cushions.
With the architecture being so grand, we had to be conscious of the scale of the furniture. So as you'll notice, everything is a little bit deeper, everything is a little bit wider, and you can almost home 2 people on a chair.
In this very room, we have 90% of the items that are locally sourced.
I think that's the interesting thing, Chris, that most people don't realize. We have such amazing South African contemporary design that a lot of South Africans have access to. So there is really a variety of amazing South African product design that people can choose and obviously customize to their needs. And I think this room is really a testament to that.
Andrea and Megan kept the walls neutral to make it easy to change the look and feel of each space.
The floor of the home is really beautiful. A stone throw away from the lounge, and then you have the beautiful kitchen.
The kitchen was an important part of the home for the clients. They love entertaining, they love having friends and family over, so it was important for us to design a space that is not only beautiful but functions well.
And then another important thing that we did take very much into consideration with the design is the touch points. So all the points where the client is interacting with the space, it's really important those feel warm and inviting. So you'll notice the beautiful brass handles, the oak detailing in the insets.
And then it can't, of course, escape this beautiful screen. Must be one of the centerpieces of the home.
So I think the important part about that screen detail was actually one of the inaugural elements that we discussed with the client when they embraced this idea of having a divider that wasn't a full divider. And I think that was almost the starting point of the language of creating these alcoves of intimacy, but in a very open plan, contemporary space.
We've just come from the formal lounge and we're staring at the family lounge just beyond the screen over there. How many lounges can you have, ladies?
For a large family, you actually need several lounges. The family lounge is a place where they gather in the evenings, watch TV, relax. We designed all the furniture so that it was large and comfortable and everyone could fit in and share.
Another really interesting element in the family lounge is some of the bespoke elements that we did address. So there are these gorgeous little love seats where at least 2 family members can share a seat. So you'll see the beautiful deep buttoned upholstered little love seats with an oak shell, really does create a wonderful scale and proportion for people to sit together, have a cup of coffee together in the love seat.
And then, of course, the lounge leads out to the patio area.
It's actually one of the client's most used areas. So with our wonderful climate, the whole family spends their time outside and the whole space leads onto the main pool area. In summer, winter, they can actually use with the amount of wonderful sunlight we get.
What excites this duo about working in South Africa is that when they conceive the new design ideas this house is full of, they can link to local manufacturing to make these pieces. That production ability has been steadily filtered out of more developed design markets abroad. It's an exhilarating time to work in this field in our country.
Wow, this looks like an apartment on its own. Must be the main bedroom.
This is the main bedroom, Chris. As you can see, we've included a private lounge in the space where our clients can sit and relax after a long day.
So what sort of materials can you use and have you used in this room to make it stand out as a feature?
We wanted a gentler space, so we didn't use traditional carpets in this bedroom. We were lucky enough to be able to use this beautiful solid oak floor. We've looked at, again, balancing those natural materials. So the timber floor, we've used highlights of copper. We didn't want that to override the space. We've got beautiful tints of leather, and I think a very beautiful feature is this textured wallpaper that you again see from downstairs, but much lighter, brought into the main bedroom.
And then, of course, these lovely lampshades that adds that extra touch of finesse.
I think at the end of the day, we're all magpies, so we all like a little bit of shine. And I think that also contributes to that little bit of zing to the space. I think the copper, the reflection, and obviously the warmth of the color was a very important part in this bedroom environment.
What were some of the challenges that you faced when building this master bedroom?
Probably the bathroom. The bathroom is a piece of art itself. It's fully cladded, the floors and the walls with marble, but just getting the marble up to this first floor was a challenge in itself.
After hiring a crane to get the slabs up here, they introduced timber to soften the masculinity of the marble and copper to bring it to life.
Andrea, tell me about the rest of the rooms in the house.
I think what was very interesting about this client's brief was quite unusually, every room is considered individually. So each of the kids' rooms have got their own identity, their own personality. The one challenge we had, because the process of building this house was so long, they had to be quite timeless because, 4-year-olds, when we started, become 8-year-olds who have very different needs and wants. Each room is so individual, and thankfully, they've all lived in them very happily.
The couple's daughter has gone for a swing chair and crystal pendants. Their oldest son, a sophisticated look with Edison globes. Lighting forms a major element in the design, and Craig Grayside took us through some of the innovative choices.
Craig, we're back in the dining room. We've come full circle, hence the beautiful circles behind you. You're the man responsible for these beautiful light features.
So what makes these lights special is that they're one of the first lighting pieces to actually have the electrification of the unit go through its own structure. There are positive and negative terminals of electricity that go onto the outer and inner layers of sprung steel that make up this lighting piece. So the LED diodes that are between the two layers of sprung steel are lit up by touching both the positive and negative sides. It's one of the first pieces I know that has this design, and it's imported from Holland.
The creatives who oversaw this build spent 1 day a week here for 3 years, creating a structure that is as much a landmark in local design as it is a home.
All right, by the looks of it, guys, on a serious note, I don't think this was hard for you to do at all. Look at the faces. Just kidding. With a great team behind you, a dream home can always be achievable. Guys, I just want to say congratulations and thank you for having us.
Thank you.
To the free-thinking designers and homeowners who keep our industry so vital and evolving, we salute you.